Hello, hello. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ káàbọ̀. Welcome, welcome. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí kíláàsì Yoruba, that is, welcome to Yoruba class. I'm so excited to see you again in this video, and I hope you guys are ready to learn. All right, today we're learning something very interesting and something that we may not hear mostly from the young people, okay, but then we will hear a lot of it from our older, from our moms, our dads, our grandpas, our grandmas, our aunties, and our uncles, and it's something that we have to hold in high esteem. It's a proverb, and so we are learning about proverb today. And this in Yoruba culture is a big deal, is a way to communicate in short way, and it's also a way to make us increase in learning and in our wisdom. All right, so what is a proverb? What is a proverb? I will be sharing my screen because I want you to see what I wrote here. It says, in a very short way, as it says, a proverb is a short. So they are not long sentences, they are short, but wise saying. Most of us watch Dorman and stuff like that. These are things that can be like short clips, but they are sending a very powerful messages to us. So there is a proverb a proverb is a short, wise saying that teaches a lesson or gives an advice. Okay, it teaches us a lesson. It tells us about something, gives us an advice, make us better. And that's why I put in the next sentence, I said it's like a tiny, you see my hand? It's like a tiny story or idea that helps people understand how to live better. Okay, after listening to this proverb and you understand the meaning, it makes you have a rethink to see what you're doing wrong and you want to right all your wrongs, and it makes us to make good choices, and they are really a good virtue in Yoruba culture. Okay, they are good virtue in Yoruba culture. So the very first one we're going to learn today, who are you guys ready? And I know sometimes we may have to translate them directly in English, but sometimes it's not, the direct interpretation does not mean, may not explain, let me put it that way, may not explain the proverb itself. Are you ready? So the first thing is ogún ọmọdé kò lè ṣeré fún ogún ọdún. Ogún ọmọdé kò lè ṣeré fún ogún ọdún. If for some of us that knows our numbers, okay. Now it's a test for you for your numbers. What does ogun means? Ogun in Yoruba means 20. It means 20. It means 20. Let me write it. I like writing. It means 20, and Odun here means year. Okay. And here is also 20. So technically, Omode is a child, technically, children. So it's saying that Shere means play. So technically, 20 children cannot play for 20 years. What do you think? It simply means your circle of friends. Some of us have 5 friends, 6 friends, today. And those are the people that you roll with. Those are the people you talk to. I mean, you get advice from, you talk to them about everything, virtually everything about you. But the truth is, you may not have them for 20 years. That is, your circle of friends will continue to change. Now, I'm not disputing it. Sometimes we may be able to keep one or two, but you definitely won't be able to keep all your friends, and they get to know you like in the secondary school. And that brings me to let us know that if we can't have the same circle of friends for 20 years, that is, if my circle of friends keep changing over and over, that means I myself has to, to be purposeful what I want in life. Some of us will be like, oh, I cannot do anything without my friend. And that is fine, but it may not be very advisable. You might want to be yourself. I mean, why you still have your circle of friends, be yourself so that if peradventure you don't have that your friend, you're still able to stand and function like a normal human being. Okay. You're not going to be dysfunctional. So, keep improving yourself, be yourself, do what you love, not something that your friend loves, because by the time they leave your circle, you don't love those things anyway, so you'll be left. So do something that makes you happy yourself. Do something that makes people get to know the real you. Okay. If you have other ways to explain this, please comment down below and let us just hear it in another way. All right. So that will be the first one. Um, so that is the first one. Give me 1 second. Let me go to the next one. Okay. I need to wipe this up. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. This one says, adìyẹ funfun kò mọ ara rẹ̀ lágbà. Okay, if you know your colors, what can you pick from here? This funfun here, no, not yet. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, there we go. It says right here we have the word funfun. Funfun means white. Okay, funfun means white. And adìyẹ here means the chicken. It means the chicken. Agba means, like, I would say senior. It does not technically translate to that. I mean, yeah, senior. That's actually senior. So it says adìyẹ funfun kò mọ ara rẹ̀ lágbà. That is, a white chicken did not know that it's a senior, you know. A white chicken did not realize his age. Technically, the white chicken did not realize that he's older. Okay, did not realize that he's older. And what does that mean? That simply means we need to recognize our age and respect ourselves. We need to recognize our age and respect ourselves. And I'll give us a very simple explanation for those of us that have um for us siblings, okay, and maybe we're still younger. It applies to everybody anyway. So, but if you have, let's say for instance, you have a 4-year-old and you have another 10-year-old, their own toys is different. And guess what? The 4-year-old will always want the 10-year-old stuff because they want to grow up. They think they're old enough to play with those things. But the 10-year-old we may be very upset, like, leave my stuff to me, like, leave it for me. That's my toy. Don't play with it. And which is fine. So, but by the time you yourself refuse to grow up, by the time you refuse to grow up and know when to let go to your younger sibling, because they are just children, they are just younger. If you put yourself in that situation, you will also do the same. So, but by the time you realize, okay, you know what? This is my toy. You cannot play with it, but I'll give you something else to play with. then that means you're showing respect for yourself and respect for your younger one. So you will explain to them, okay, this toy, I do not want you to play with it. Or if you're ready to share that with them, you can simply say, you know what? I'll let you play with it for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then I'll come back for it. Instead of you having to drag it with your sibling and say, I don't want you to play with my toy. This is mine. Do not touch it. It does not have your name on it. Just a way to just show respect for yourself. And I'll also say, instead of using bad words, um, be kind and gentle, use nice words, make good choices. And the the good part of it is when you respect yourself and you show good behavior or make good choices, your younger siblings are also learning. By the time they get to that age, they may want to put up that act, but they will remember, oh, my sister or my brother didn't treat me this way. So you are also teaching them how to respect, okay, how to show respect to themselves. All right. So, like I said, if you have another way to explain this in a better way, in your own words, please put it in the comment section. And in this proverbs, in this lesson, I'm only gonna treat three proverbs. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. And the last one is Ile Latinko Eshorode. That is another proverb. And that's simply in a very simple way, and it's a popular proverb, means charity begins at home. It simply means charity begins at home. All right. And what does that mean? That simply means taking care of one's family and community is a priority. Whatever you will display outside or whatever you will do outside, you better be doing it at home. You cannot be nice to people outside and you're not nice to your family. That is not right. You cannot be disrespectful at home and you're respecting people outside. That is not good. So charity should begin from home. Because most of these things that we display outside, they are things that we learn from home, but some of them we disrespect people that actually teaching us, and we will go out to display that same behavior that is expected of us at home. We will go out and then show it. And people will be like, oh no, she's a nice person. She's so kind and gentle. But when you get home, it's a different ball game, and that is not good enough. Okay, so these proverbs are said by our aunties, uncles, like I said, but now we are learning it so that we can also use them and teach our children and children unborn. Okay, so and I want you to also, when your parents are talking and they allow you to listen to their conversation, maybe you can pick one or two things. I mean, one or two proverbs from what they're saying. So now, if they're saying, or they're talking to you, and they just say, adìẹ funfun kò mọ ara ẹ̀ lágbà," that is, you need to show respect, is what they're saying, and you should get it right away and say, "Oh, I got it." So they will communicate. Mostly our mommies, daddies, grandpas, they always say these proverbs, but because we don't know them, that's why we're not able to, pinpoint them or realize them. So, but they are short sentences that help us to be a better person. All right. So don't forget, we learned a little about greetings from the previous videos. We learned about some family terms. If you have not watched the video, please do yourself a favor, go check them out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. It's my time to say goodbye, which means ó dàbọ̀, ó dàbọ̀.